Today, we're gonna build some townhouses in The Sims 4. And they're not gonna be just any townhouses. Oh, no. Because we are gonna build 2 townhouses, but one of them is minimalist and the other one is maximalist. So let's start, shall we? We freaking shall. And you know what? We're gonna start with a minimalist townhouse. And I am not a minimalist builder, not a modern builder. So I, first of all, need some inspiration here. Minimalist house. Okay, yeah, it looks like this. That's what I thought. Kinda just hoity-toiting around with the big old boxes. They love them big old boxes. And what are the key points to minimalism exactly? Minimal furniture, I mean, I would have guessed that. Clear surfaces, accent decorations, and quality over quantity. Okay. Let's get this minimalism house on and pop in, shall we? And what are we gonna do first of all? Maybe just start out with a big old box, like so. That was a great start. We can take it out a little bit more over there. And then maybe we can make a little bump out in here, just for the greatness of it. I don't know. And then minimalism. What if you try to make some of those roof shenanigans with a big old column that is not a column, it's a room that pops out with the windows. Let's try and make that. And how do you want to make that? Oh, think. We can start off with the room over here. That's gonna be a great old column. And then, okay, hold the front door. What if this is our front door? We can make a little wall over there and throw in a little platform so it becomes sort of like so. Great, we have a first floor. What about the second floor, Nora? What are you gonna do for the second floor? Interesting. What if we make a little box on top of here? That can be the bedroom or something. And then we make another column over there. Or do we? Okay, you know what? We're gonna stretch it out all the way over there with a column over here. And now we got some sort of a second floor. We do. And now we just have to make those roof shenanigans. And we're gonna make those with some platforms. So if I just go sort of like so and raise it up there, how will that be? I mean, that looks nice. Kind of sort of does. Let's get some more platforms in there. And we can maybe have a platform that goes from this column all the way to over here. And it can also wrap around the house. Sort of. What if you have another platform that goes this way? Or maybe not. Okay. I'm kind of feeling it. Looks like a very modern, minimalistic home, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna throw in another part over here so we can use that as a bathroom. I feel like we need that. I don't know where I'm gonna place the bathroom yet, but now we have a bathroom if I need it. And I do believe that is our shell for our minimalistic house. And it's a beauty. It's a wonder. It's a wonder mark. Right, let's get some paint on this. And I think I'm gonna go with some white paint just all around because the minimalist people, they like the white paint. And then I think we can throw on some accent walls in some good old wood. Ooh, yes. No, not like that. Like this. Beauty. Kind of a vibe. I'm kind of liking that. Well, righty-ho then. Let's put in some doors and windows. And for the door, that was going to be right here. We can get in this one. Sleek and nice. And then for the windows, what do we want for the windows? Maybe we can go with something like so? Couldn't that be cool? Or not? Oh no, we can actually go like so. That fits better. Am I liking that or not? I don't know. It looks so strange to me because I'm not used to building modern builds. Is that good or not? Who knows? But anyways, in the back here, we can also have some windows. We can maybe have 3 of them, sort of like so. And we can also have some windows over here. I feel like minimalist people, they like the windows. They do. And we're not gonna have any windows at this wall because we're gonna have another house there, hence the townhouse. But then for the second floor, we need a squeezed in window that is long. Great description for that window that we're gonna have over there. But okay, I think we're gonna pop in this one. That seems to fit. And then we can plop in some windows over here and one in the bathroom maybe. Cool, great. Our beautiful house. Whoa. Yes. But okie dokie do. Now for the garden of this place. What would a minimalistic garden look like? Interesting. We got some rocks and some pathways. Ooh. AI garden design. Get out of here! But okay, I'm gonna plop on a mailbox. Feel like they would have this one. And then for the garden itself. Ooh, think, Nora, think. Oh my gosh, please think. And I'm thinking that we're gonna put in a trash bin over there. Okay, now back to the garden. What if we first of all start with the fence that goes sort of along here? And then I'm thinking that we can have a teeny tiny garden patch just right in that corner. And I'm actually gonna put in some succulents because I feel like they're very minimalistic modern type of shenanigans. You know, because they have a lot of structure. They're easy to maintain. That screams minimalism. And then we can also put in the rectangle for a walkway. Some sand underneath it maybe. And that was our beautiful front garden. Wow. It's a wonder to behold. But then in our backyard over here, I'm gonna put in some concrete because they want their garden to be easy to maintain. Then I'm gonna put in the same garden patch in the backyard as I did in the front yard because symmetry. They like that symmetry. And then what else can we have out here? Some lounging chairs maybe? Sure, why not? Why the frickety not? And wasn't that a magnificent backyard? Oh, I love it. And that was the easiest landscaping I've ever done. And with that, we're done with the exterior and the landscaping. And we're going to move on inside. And for the inside, what are we going to do? I mean, we already established that this is going to be the bedroom and the bathroom. And then on the first floor, what are we going to do over here? I mean, I think the kitchen can be over here with the dining table, entryway, living room, and the staircase. That is just going to be somewhere. Great, mates. Let's do that. And you know what? Let's start with the wallpaper and flooring on the first floor. And what am I thinking? Minimalist. They do seem to like the white walls, don't they? With the white and light beige furniture. So maybe we can first of all start it off with this one. There's a little bit of a interest to it. Ooh, and then we can also pair it up with this wall. The light wooden wall. We can have that on both sides. Oh, and by the way, we don't have a door to the backyard. But they can just walk around. That's no problem. That's their problem now, not mine. But then for the flooring, I think maybe this one in another color. Oh yeah. We can go with that. And then for the staircase, we can go with the floating stairs. I would right in the middle. That seems like a good spot. Yes, it does. Perfect. And what do we want to start with now for the furniture? I think we're going to start with the kitchen. That's going to be right over here. And for the kitchen, for the minimalistic kitchen. Ooh, what do we want? We want some counters. That's something that we want. So what if I just go sort of like so? The light wood and then the fridge. I mean, that can be that one. I don't know. And I'm going to have it airy and breezy. And then you know what? We're going to do one of these types of kitchens. Boom. Shamalam. With also some good old cabinets. Look at that. It's just one big block. Okay, and then for the sink, what are we going to use for the sink? Maybe this one? I mean, sure. And then we need some sort of stove, and the stove can't be in the middle. Oh no. What if we do it like so? I'm so sorry for the symmetry, people. Close your eyes. This one is going to hurt. But I think we need to go like so. I mean, yeah. And what do we do for the knickety-knacks? Oh my gosh, we need a minimum amount of knickety-knacks. Ooh, okay. Chill, Nora, chill. Chill with the knickety-knacks. So what if for the knickety-knacks, we start off with a plant in that corner. And then we can also put up a little spice rack, maybe. I mean, sure, that couldn't hurt. And then by the stove, we can have a cookbook, iPad thing with some utensils. Cool beans. And guess what? We're gonna have no more knickety-knacks in the kitchen. I know it hurts. It hurts me, but that's the dealio of today. Oh, right? Okay. Let's move over to the dining table. And we need to find a dining table that matches that wooden color. Because it all has to match in our house. What if we go with this one? Does that match? Kind of does. Ooh. It's all so beige. But we just have to live with that today. And then for the rug, maybe this rug can work. I mean, I like the colors, but it doesn't really match in the size. What if I do it like so? Just pair it up. I mean, you can see the seam, but I do... today we are going to do that. With also a little plant. And then we need a good old lamp above the dining table. And what is a minimalistic lamp? Maybe we can go with that one. Sure, minimalistic lamp with also a plant in the corner. And then we did a painting over there. And what is a very minimalistic painting? What about that one? Ooh, yes, that fits in. That's good. And by the way, do we want any curtains? Minimalistic people, they do have curtains. But I think that these are extreme minimalistic people. And they do not have any curtains. Yes, that's gonna clutter up the place to the max. Okay? What-de-do? What-de-do? Let's move over to the living room. And for the living room, we need some couches. And what are good minimalistic couches? I mean, we have this. But the wood doesn't really match the kitchen wood. Oh no. So what if I try with this couch? Still doesn't really match, but it's close enough. I couldn't find a couch that matched perfectly, alright? So you are gonna stay there. And then we need a little teeny tiny couch over here. And that's gonna be you. Bobbidi bobbidi bum. With a coffee table. And then maybe something on that coffee table. Like a magazine maybe. And a bowl. How about that? Sure, I feel like that can work. It's so empty. Can we put in anything else in this living room? It's so empty. What about a table? That's allowed. Of course it's gonna be allowed. It's still minimalistic. Yeah, it is. And then we could also pull up in a plant in that corner with a lamp above the coffee table, and we're gonna call that a day. No, I'm gonna hang up some paintings, and then we're gonna call that a day. Not that painting though. This painting. Now we're gonna call it a day on the living room. No more knickety-knacks. No. Minimalist. I really have to stop myself here. Right, that was the first floor. We have the kitchen with the dining, the living, and the entry. Whoa. And we're gonna move up to the second floor today. And for the second floor, we're going to do the bedroom first, of course. So we need a bed. And what is a very minimalistic bed? What about this one? In a gray old color. Then we need to put in our bedside tables, which are going to be interesting. What is it going to be? Oh, how about this? I don't know if that is very minimalistic, but I'm feeling that today. With some very square lights. Yes. And then for the rug situation, maybe we can go with this one. Or is that too colorful? I want it to be all one color, you know? How about that one? Why is it floating? Hello? Why are you floating? Get down there. Okay, I have tried everything in my will to not make that float, but it's just floating. I'm gonna fix that later on. But I think we can also have a painting on that wall. That seems calm and scenic. Oh, and of course, and then we also need a dresser. I almost forgot about the dresser, people. We can have a dresser over there. And what are we gonna have on that dresser? Okay, Nora. Be chill, be calm, do it minimalistically. You can have a plant and a box and a calculator. How about that? How about them apples? I think this is looking all right. Not putting in too many knickety-knacks. I am not cluttering anything. And I'm gonna stop myself right there. Do not put in any more items. No, we are done with the bedroom. Oh my gosh, it looks so empty. But that's the point. Minimalism. Extreme minimalism. That's the point. Leave it be, Nora. Leave it be. We're gonna come back to the rug though. But for now, we're gonna move on to the bathroom. Chilled and relaxed. Where are the tiles that I want? Hello? I can't find the tiles. Where are the tiles? There are the tiles. For the bathroom, we need some tiles. And I'm gonna go with these ones. And then, of course, for the bathroom, it's gonna be very minimalistic. Of course it's gonna be minimalistic. We're doing a minimalistic house. And for goodness me, I can't find the sink that I want. There it is. I found it. It just helps to scream a little bit. Everything will be alright if you let the anger out. It's my toilet. And then I think we're also gonna have a shower over there. It's a shower wall. And then for the soap and stuff, we're just gonna have this one. That is it. With also some toilet paper and one toilet brush. That is it for the toilet, Nora. Leave it be. Moving on. Ooh, you know what we could do? In this little corner over here, we can do something funky. And by funky, I mean put up these shelves and just make a little moment. A bathroom moment. Hey ho, that's kind of cute. A very minimalistic bathroom. Whoa, 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 whoa. No rug in the bathroom. And with that, we're done with the second floor. It looks so empty to me. It doesn't look finished. I mean, I got a floating rug that I need to fix afterwards, but I don't want to right now because it was too hard. But that was a very minimalistic house. It is looking kind of snazzy though, I gotta say. It's snazzed up. Would I ever live in this sugar cube of a house? No, but it is snazzy. Good. And now we're gonna move on to the maximalist house. And I hope you're ready for that because I am ready. Oh, I am. So, first of all, just so we're on the same page about this, we just gotta go over what maximalism is. Vintage knickknacks? That seems like me. Creating a maximalist look in your home. Yes, that's what we want right now. Eclectic mix, bold colors, layered textiles, statement furniture, gallery walls, collections and curiosities, maximized patterns, opulent details, plants everywhere, over-the-top accessories. Ooh. Oh, look at the dog. Hey, that is cute. That's kind of a fun house, isn't it? But alright, let's do this maximalism house. And I'm gonna, first of all, as I did with the minimalist house, just gonna start off with a good old box. Maybe that was too much of a box. Who knows? And then I'm gonna break it off a little bit with putting up a little part over here, just for the fancies. And then we shall let the good times roll with maybe a patio over here. Oh, and the patio in the back. And then we can have a roof on that or something. Okay, yeah. Hey, who am I talking to right now? I don't know. And what do we want for the wallpaper? Oh, the choices. Maximalist. Ooh, okay, you know what? You know what we're gonna do. We are gonna have a purple house because nothing screams maximalism more than having a purple house. Have you ever seen anybody having a purple house? Because I have not. And why not? I've seen red houses, yellow houses, blue houses, pink houses, orange houses, green houses, but not purple. So we are gonna put in the purple. And then we can also pair it up with some orange for a little accent piece. Ooh, that could be fun. Let's put a roof on that. And we're gonna go with a gabled roof today, like so. And also on this part too. And you know what? For this gabled roof, let's take it out a little bit. Maybe not that much. A little bit in. So it becomes sort of like so. That's kind of fun. That's kind of neat. That's kind of nice. I like that. I mean, just for the warning label here, this maximalist house is probably going to be a little bit ugly. But you could also see it as being a little bit magical, a little bit whimsy. And that is what maximalism is all about. They are not afraid of anything. They are not afraid that their house is a little bit ugly, a little bit out and about there. No. They like it and they do it. And I think I saved myself with making an ugly house. Okay, actually, what do we want for the windows? What would be good for the maximalist house? Maybe for rent? They have some cool windows. Oh, they do. What if we try with some of this? I feel like that's very maximalist. And then we could also put up some teeny tiny windows on the side there, but make them symmetrical though. And then we can use this door for the front door and the back door. And then we can also put in these kind of creepy windows. Oh, it's kind of empty right there. What if we put in another window? I mean, normally I would not do that, but for the maximalist house, why not? You know, why not? Oh, that's a true beauty. And I'm also going to put in some columns to spice this place up like we should, all the way to the pearly gates. I have no idea what I just said there. I truly don't. Ooh, you know what? I like this house. That's all I gotta say. I would live in this house. It's so whimsical. Alright, let's put some details on this house. And you betcha we can have a lot. And I am first of all just gonna do the patios so I don't forget. And we can have a plant on there with a froggy chat. Why not? Maybe just a plant. A pink old plant, yeah. And then on the back porch we're gonna put in a trash bin with maybe some plants. They did like the planting. There you go. What more are we gonna do for this house? Ooh, you know what? What if you put up some mega wall hang? What a name. We just place that around the roof lining, sort of like so, just to get in a lot of details. Looks kind of messy, but that's what we want. And then we're, of course, gonna put some planter potters on all of the windows that I can reach. And then back to the front here, what if you put up another plotter panther? Plotter panther. Just to hide up that window a little bit, so it's not that in your face. Oh, with an out and about that balcony. Oh, and some awnings. Yes, that's perfect. And then actually, on the side here, I'm just gonna put up some vines, just to hide up that empty part where we have no windows. Because right here, I think we're gonna have a staircase, so we can't have a window there. And I'm just gonna hide up that gap with some vines. Just sort of like so. And I'm also gonna hide it up even more with some trees. We have lots to hide up. Ooh, what more do we want for this house? We can put up some lights, and we can have this pink one on the orange part. Ooh, and then we can have some blue ones on the purple part. Ooh, yes. What a mess of a house. I like it. It's really out and about there, isn't it? But I like it. Okay, what can we do for the roof? We need some details for the roof. And for our first details, what if we put up some roof crest on all of the roof linings? So that like so. And then maybe some dormers. Do we have some purple dormers? Ooh, yes we do. I had no idea that we have purple dormers, but we do. I've never been so lucky before. And then we can have a chimney back there. Ooh, with another chimney and a satellite dish. Yes, with some even more plants on the roof. Cute. And you know what? I think that is all the details that we're gonna have on this house, because we have put up a lot. And that was the point of a maximalist house. That was the point. Oh me, oh my. Is it too much? No, it's never too much. It can't be too much with maximalism. No. It's supposed to be that much. All right, let's move on to the landscaping, shall we? Oh, we shall. I'm kind of excited. We don't have that much space, but I'm still excited. All right, I am. And for the first part of this, we're gonna put up a fence, and we're gonna go with the pink fence today, both in the front and in the back. And then also for this house, we also need a pathway. And we can go with some pebbles and some other little pebbles, just about like so. Oh, and then we also need a gate. True. What is the gate that matches with this one? Oh, we have that one. Oh, that's right. We have a 3-tile staircase and a 2-tile gate. Well, don't you worry, because I'm gonna remove this fence and then plop in my gate where I want it. Take in the fence. No, that doesn't work. Well, I'm gonna change up the color. And then to hide up the gaps, I'm just gonna put in some bushes to hide them all up. And now we can no longer see any suspicious activities. But okay. Now for the rest of the landscaping. We, of course, are gonna place in a lot of planting in this garden, both in the front and in the back. And we're gonna use a lot of different plants with a lot of different colors to brighten up our world, to brighten up this house, to brighten up everything. And I do wish that the garden was a little bit bigger, because I could do bigger and better things. And in reality, I could make a bigger garden, because I could just move the lots, but I don't want to. I gotta live in this prison that I made for myself. So the planting is gonna be what it is gonna be today. All right. What am I on about right now? I don't know. Nora, stop talking. But anyways, the planting turned out sort of like so. We got the front garden and the backyard all packed in with a bushing. And it is so cute. I wish that I had this garden. I don't have a garden. I live in an apartment. And our apartment complex looks more like this than this. So I'm just sad every day. But I also got some trees on the sides here. And no, I haven't put in any terrain paint yet, because I gotta figure out what I'm gonna have in the middle right here. But before I forget, we need a mailbox. And I'm gonna plop in this mailbox, of course. Look at that. It's cute. And then you know what? In the middle right here, we're gonna have a statue. And where is my lady? There she is. Oh, right in the garden. And then in the back here, it would be cute with a fountain, wouldn't it? Do we have a fountain that is not too big that I can plop in? We have a frog. Not today. Oh, that one. Plop that right in there. Hey ho. And now I'm gonna put in the terrain paint, because around this fountain, we can have some stony paint with also some dirt. And some dirt in the front too. Just like it so. Cute. Look at that garden. Oh my gosh, I want this garden. I love it a lot. It's so cute. Oof. I need to buy some plants. I have 1 plant. No, I have 2. Well, I technically have 3 if you count my Lego flowers. But I need some more. Spring is here, and I want me plants. Alright, you know what? Stop yapping, Nora. We are done with the exterior and the landscaping for our maximalist house. And how does this look in the nighttime? Ooh. I don't know what I was expecting, by the way. It's dark. It's mysterious. It's here and it's ready. But alright, now we're gonna move on to the inside. And for the inside, we gotta do a layout. So what am I thinking? I am thinking we're gonna have a hallway, a living room, a kitchen and dining. And we can split this one into 2. Take this out a little bit, maybe. Like so. And then on the second floor, we need a bedroom. So maybe that bedroom can be over here. And then we can have a bathroom in there. And then we can have an office shenanigan over there. So we need to make the bedroom even bigger. Sort of like so. I mean, yeah, okay. Here is a wonderful layout. We got an entryway, a hallway, living room, kitchen, dining. And then on the second floor, we get another hallway with an office, a primary bedroom, and a bathroom. Boom! And for this house, what are we gonna begin with today? Maybe the kitchen? I feel like I wanna do the kitchen. I have no plans for the kitchen, but I wanna do the kitchen. So for this kitchen, we gotta think maximalism. That's the whole point of this house. What are we gonna do about the flooring and wallpaper? What is some very maximalism flooring? Some pedal power pattern tile? That was a God, what to say? Oh, I'm kind of liking that. That's kind of cute. Oh, you know what? What if for this house, every single room is a different color palette? That seems like something a maximalist would do. And I don't know why I'm saying like this, but it helps me think, okay? But I think that is a good idea. And it would also make a great contrast with this house, where everything is the same color. You know what? We're gonna do that. And I feel like for the kitchen, we can do a blue and green kitchen. How about that? I just came up with that on the whim. So we're gonna have some green flooring and some green wallpaper. But don't you worry, we're gonna add some blue in here. Don't you worry. Because now we are gonna put in the kitchen with the kitchen counters and they're gonna be blue. And what do we want this kitchen layout to be like? I mean, we could do like so. Oh, that's right. That's annoying. Look at that gap. Okay, but don't you worry, because I'm gonna put in the half wall and everything's gonna be alright. What if we do a funky half wall? Like so. I mean, why not? It's a bit restaurant kitchen, isn't it? But I think it can work somehow if we just put in all of the other stuff first and see how that goes. It may work. See, it's looking cute already. Where is my sink though? There it is. No, we can have it over there. Great. And then for the cabinets, what type of cabinets do we want? Oh, you know what? What if we alternate with blue and green? Would that be fun? I mean, it could be fun. Does that look good or not? I feel like it does. You know what? I'm liking that. I'm gonna say that I'm liking that. We are in the maximalism territory and nothing is wrong. Nothing can ever be wrong. Everything is right. Everything is all right. And that's also what I said yesterday when I had to pay off my bills. Everything is all right, okay? But anyways, I'm also going to put in the trash bin. And for the trash bin, what if I go with this one? Oh, ooh, that's kind of cool. We're going to have that. And now for the dining room part of this room. And that was a lot of room talk. We need a table. And what is a very maximalist table? How about this one? The seance table. Ooh. And then we can also throw in some different chairs. Or actually, it's the same chair, but different colors. And that's kind of neat and nice. With also a rug. What is a good old rug? Rug. How about that? I think that was jolly. And then we can also have, and then for the dining room, we can also have a sign. I don't know why, but I just felt like it, okay? I felt like it. We can have that. It brings me joy. With also a garden gnome. And then actually for this wall, we gotta do something funky. We could have a collage, accent, wall, gallery wall. Lots of stuff on it. What can we do? What if we place up a lot of these shelves on top of each other? And I gotta use, I gotta use 2 months for this. But hold on. I'm going to put some shelves up on that wall, just like that. And then in these little cubicles, we are going to place up our Meg collection. Ba-da-bam, bam, ba-da-bam, bam. And that was great, wasn't it? Wow. You know what? I like that. I really do. For a collage, messy gallery wall. And then on the other side of the wall, we can have a moon mirror with some even more plants and some colorful ones. It's maximalism. We always got to think about our maximalism. And you know what? I think that was it for the kitchen. And I like this kitchen. It has so many great vibes. A blue and green kitchen. The llama sign. It is actually very cute. I'm liking it. You know what? I'm forbauset. That's what I am. Forbauset to the max. All right. What are we going to move on to now? We need to move on to our entry and hallway, which I'm going to do in one go because I'm so productive today. And what color theme are we going to go with for this shebang? Maybe we can go with some green. Oh, and some pink maybe. A green and pink room. Honestly, I like that idea. What are we going to do for the flooring? Oh, no, we can't use that. Too much. In the wrong way. What if for the hallway we go with some wooden flooring? Still kind of maximalism. And then for the entryway we have some sort of stone. Oh, like that one. Ooh, could be funky. Oh, could be funky. I like that. We're going to keep that one. It's a very out and about their room, but I like it. I do like that. I'm going to question myself through this whole video, by the way, just so you're prepared, because I'm apparently very unsure about what I like and do not like. And I'm also questioning myself with the maximalism, as I do every day. But here we are. And I'm going to put up a good old chair for them. Oh, look at that chair. That's a good hallway chair with a mirror that I need to raise down. There you go, like so. And then on the other side, for an entryway. Oh, what could be cool? What do we need? We need a table. What is a maximalism entryway table? Think. Do something cool. The people are waiting. They're waiting for the entryway table. What if we go with this one? Do they have a matching swatch? Ah, they kind of do. That is kind of cool. I wish I had that in real life because there's something magical about that table, isn't it? It kind of was, honestly. But then for the curtain, what are we going to use? Maybe we can plunk on this one. That is very fitting. Oh, that's a great curtain. But rocky dude, that was the entryway. It is so out and about there, but I do love it. Maybe I'm falling in love with maximalism, actually. I don't... I'm just doing stuff. I'm liking it. I'm having a good old time. But then out in the hallway, what can we do in here? Not much. We can put up a hallway table. We can have a table on table moment. And what can we use? What is a very maximalism table? Maybe we have that one, this one, and that one. And I think I'm gonna save these two for some better things. So I did plonk down this one. Get it in a matching color. None of them are really matching, but we're gonna go with the purple one because bold colors and lots of different patterns. Maximalism. Whoa, nobody can say it's ugly. It's maximalism. And what more can we squeeze in this hallway? We have a door over there, staircase. We could plonk down something there. Ooh, we could also have a picture collage moment on the staircase. What if we use some of these pictures and then squeeze in some of the geo photos and some random little ones? Then we will have a collage wall. There is too many patterns going on right now. We got the railings, the staircase, the wallpaper, that wallpaper, that wallpaper, the window. I mean, hey ho. I hope you don't get overwhelmed in this house. But I can put up this curtain for this window. And you know what? You know what I'm still so angry about? Is that we don't really have that many curtains that fits a round window on the top. But I digress, I digress. It just gotta be like that. But that was the hallway and the entryway. And didn't we have a good time? Oh yes, we did. And you shall hold on to that time, because now we're gonna move on to the living room. And what's gonna happen in here? I don't know. Time will only tell. But we're gonna first of all put up the wallpaper and flooring. Ooh, and you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put up some diagonal walls, and then we can have the TV moment in there, just for some flair. And what is the color theme for this room gonna be? Ah, why am I never finding what I want to look for? There it is. And what's that a sentence? I don't know. But, ooh, what if we go with the pink and teal vibe? This sort of teal. And then we can also mix and match the wallpaper up with that one. Ooh, cool. Plus also maybe put in some columns that is disappearing. So like so. And then we can have some columns in here too for the funky movement. Ooh, I am having too much fun with this. I'm loving it. Well, okay, let's get on to this. And I switched up the wallpaper placement because I felt like that was better for some reason. Also put in the lamp. I don't know why I did that, but I did. All right, let's start with the TV moment first, because I felt inspired, and we're gonna put in this TV. Or are we? I don't know. Let's see about them. Oh, Nora, collect your thoughts. You're getting too excited. But we're gonna put in the TV table. We could use this one, of course, in the tealy bluey color. I never really know what to call these colors, but you know what? Let's do a little color match and see. Verify that you're a human. I mean, of course I'm a human. Why would a robot do this? Why? Peacock silk. That means nothing to me. 64 green, 58 blue. Yeah, I'm gonna say that is teal, because it's for certain not blue, that's for sure. But right, now for the couches, and we're of course gonna go with this couch and the matching couch, which is this one in pink. Ooh. And maybe we can also get in the matching coffee table. Oh, yes, we for sure can. And now for the rugs. And what do I want to do for the rugs? I've already used up some very good rugs. What can we do in here? What if we start off with this one? And then, oh, we pair that up with another one. You'll have to do that. I think that was great. Maybe. Well, okay. In the corner over there, we need a little table. Oh, what if actually we go with the real seance table? So that's down a little bit. It matches. It does. They're a little bit whimsical. They do appreciate the hobbies and activities and all that. Ooh, so that was not the seance table. That was a fake seance table. This is the real one. How about that? What are we gonna do for the curtains? Drop in this one. And we can go with that. It's the window a little bit better. I'm struggling with the curtains so much right now. You have no idea. I always seem to struggle with the curtains. But anyways, besides here, we can have a little glow bar. And what more can we do for this room? And maybe already have a little skeleton figurine over there, which was backwards. Gonna turn you around, lady. Looking good today. Skulls, skulls. Oh, skulls. What if we go with the sugar skull display and place some good old knickety-knacks in there? How about them apples? Or how about them sugar skulls that are not gonna be sugar skulls? It's gonna be knickety-knacks. Yeah, I think that was a swell moment. And what more are we gonna have in this room? I feel like I want a lot of stuff. Now, maximalism, it doesn't have to mean that you have to clutter up your whole house with lots of stuff, all right? There's many different ways of maximalism. But I do think that this home is gonna be semi-cluttered. Very much cluttered. Because I'm just having fun today, you know? It's all about having fun with this clock. Yes. And what if we have a peacock over here? That seems to fit in, right? With a bunny guitar and a vacuum. Just because it was pink, okay? Just because it was pink. But then over on this side of the room, what are we gonna have in there? I want some sort of activity. Something good. What about a bar? I don't often put in bars. And the category was right in front of me. Do we have a maximalism bar? I mean, we have this one. Doesn't fit in though. Ooh, doesn't fit in. All the cool bars doesn't fit in here. What are we gonna do? You know what? I'm just gonna place in this one. Seems good enough. It doesn't match with the color theme, because that is more minty than teal. But it matches in some type of way. And I think we should be thankful for that today. And that rhymed, and that was good. And with that, I do believe that the living room is done. We got a bar corner over here with another bar. Oh my gosh, I think this person might have a problem. We got this funky living room with all of the funky stuff. And a peacock and a vacuum. Hey, hey, ho. Cute, cute. Ooh, and I'm sorry for that sound. And my rug disappeared. What? Okay, but let's move up to the second floor. And on the second floor, we're gonna begin with the bedroom. And what do we want for the bedroom? Ooh, think of a color theme, Nora. What if we go with something dark and moody in here? Like some red and green. Ooh. Ooh, am I liking that? I don't know. But we can see. With some doors. Very maximalism. What a niche. But okay. What do we want for a good old bed? It doesn't have to be maximalism, but it needs to be dark with some red vibes. Oh, what if I go with that one? There's some blue in it, but that's okay. Maximalism. Hey. Matchy. Colors and patterns. We're on the road. Those are some good old nighttime tables that I'm going to size down a little bit maybe. Because they are tall. They're even taller than me because I'm shrinking apparently. As I said in my last video, I'm shrinking. And my doctor do not care. She's made that abundantly clear. And that rhymed. Again, I'm a rhyming machine today. But okay. Let's also put in the rug situation underneath this bed. And I want to match up my rugs real good. So what can we use? What if we start with this one? And then pair it up with the werewolf rug? And maybe this circular one in the middle. Maybe that is a little bit too much. Not too much. Don't like that. I don't know. I'm gonna keep that though for now. And then over by this wall we need to address the situation, so I'm gonna put down this closet with the flowers, and then we can have a table over here. Hallway table. She keeps her knicky-knacks on top and inside of that table, and that's the story of that table. But right, on to another side of this room, which is this side. We need something here, and I think maybe we can have a mirror. What about that one? Is it weird to have a mirror in front of the bed? Maybe I would want that, but maybe this person wants that. I don't know what this person wants. But besides the mirror, we can also have some shelves so we can fit in even more knicky-knacks. If I can find some good shelves. What about these shelves? Do we set on the wall and then plunk down some knicky-knacks, like some books and some vases, some statues? I don't know, just stuff. Kinda cute. And then I'm also gonna make a collage wall of some great old paintings. Maybe we can have this one above the mirror. Why not? There she is, the lady of the house. She's fishing. Can have even more paintings at this wall, by this wall, on this wall. She was married before, but not anymore. But that's a story for another time. Oh, and of course we need this poof. It's floating. Oh no. There you go. It's not floating anymore. But right. That was the bedroom. Ooh. You know what? I like this. Moody, maximalism. We got things popping up and popping down. I like this room. We got so much, but it's still not enough. But anyways, let's move over to the bathroom. That's gonna be right now. What do we want for the bathroom today? Oh, maybe we can go with a light blue and light orange. Beige. I really love that color combo. Oh, we're gonna go with that today. Hey, the ho. Right. Ooh, and I know what we're gonna do. Hold on. I've done this trick before, but I'm gonna do it again. For the sink. Ooh, for the sink. Oh, hold on a minute. I can't contain my excitement. But for the sink, we're gonna use this peacock sink. And then for the flare, we're gonna put in some counters, just like so. And I'm gonna size them down a little bit. So we will get this magical old moment. And is this usable? No, it could be usable, but I don't know how. So if you are going to download this house and use it in your gameplay, then just remove the counters and everything will be alright. That's not my problem. But above the sink, we're going to do a mirror trick. We're going to have that big one in the middle and some smaller ones on the sides. Match up the colors though, and it will turn out like that with also some towels. Hey, and then for the other stuff in the bathroom, what do we want? What are we going to get? We're going to plop in a toilet and the bathtub, and of course, we could use this one bathtub. Hey ho, maximalism. With some pictures on the wall and some towels and pampas grass and another rug for the toilet. Oh, you know what? Oh, I got an idea, and I don't know how to explain this idea, but I am gonna execute this idea, and you just have to follow along. So I don't know how to explain it. What if you use this one as some shelves? Hear me out. I gotta stop laughing. I really need to stop laughing now. But what if on that shelf we have some toilet paper? But that toilet paper is gonna be in a pyramid formation. The pyramid toilet paper squad formation. And I think that was a swell idea by me. I love it. Great ideas today on the Wednesday, I must say. But anyways, that was a great old bathroom. And I love this bathroom with all my heart. Especially the toilet formation. Oh my gosh, alright. I love the tiles, I love everything. Beauty, true beauty. And now we can move on to the hallway. And for the hallway, what can we do for the hallway? What is our color theme? Ooh. What if we try with something moody again? And we do a real crazy pattern room? Because who cares about the hallway, you know? You can do whatever you want in the hallway, alright? Oh, and maybe we can even try with this flooring. That is so out and about there. But again, who cares about the hallway? We can do whatever we want in the hallway. It's Nora's day. Nora's maximalism day. And for Nora's maximalism day, she's gonna put a table right there with a lot of knickety-knacks. Cheers. And then we can also put down this lamp. That's a big old lamp. With this, with this rug. Yes. Just yes. Oh, yes. What am I doing anymore? I don't know. But that is truly one bold hallway, isn't it? I think I would become so disoriented if I walked into this hallway. I gotta say, I love it. 10 out of 10. What a hallway. Okay. Let's move into the last room of today, which is going to be the office. And for the office, what color theme are we going to go with? Maybe we can go with this color, the minty green. Oh, and pair it up with some yellow. Hey, we can do that. And for that, we need a good old desk and a good old chair for this beautiful office room. And then I think above the desk, we can have this one. Is it a crafter? Oh, and oh my gosh, what is more whimsical than trashly art on the wall? We of course need some trashly art. Hey, hey, ho, that's the most whimsical part of all. Isn't that wonderful? And speaking about trashly, on each side here, we can have some pedestals. And on those pedestals, we can have this statue and that statue. Ooh, good trashly art in this room. And then we can also have this one, the white spirit doll. This was cute. Gonna have it there. And then let's see, what more do we want in this room? What can we have on this side? Kind of empty on that side. Ooh, I do wish that I used this desk actually. That is cool, that is fitting. But that means that I have to do this all over again. Or we could have two desks. Nothing is stopping us from doing that. You know, nothing is. Maybe this person needs two desks. Maybe they do. And you know what? I think they actually do, because that is a PC desk and that is the crafting corner. Of course they need two desks. And then I'm also going to put up this one. The pegboard. The painter's pegboard. The painter's pegboard. It is a painter's pegboard. I have never thought about that before. Why haven't I thought about that before? I don't know. It's obvious. That's what it is. And then we can also put in a little cart, another plant. And of course we also need a painter's corner. Hello, hello, hello. Of course we do. Up in this room, and they also won some stuff. Third place chicken competition. Okay. That's what they won in. They didn't even win. They got third place. Oh, okay. But right. This person is also going to do some yarning. Knitting. They could do some knitting. Or they could do some stricking. That's what it is in Norwegian, if you were wondering. Now you can use that word. Use it wisely. Rocky dokie do. I do believe that was our beautiful office. It is so packed up in here. I love it. The whole trashly corner, this wall, and this corner. We got so many corners. Oh, we got 4 corners. It is a square room. That's our office. I love it. What a house. Oh my gosh, look at the difference. Gee, below. And you know what it's time for right now, by the way? Oh my gosh, we're done with the house. We're done with both of the houses. I didn't realize that. What a day. I had so much fun. I honestly had so much fun. And you know what? Now it's time for the house tour. So strap yourself in, because the min-max house tour is happening now. Yay. And first up on our journey, we have the exterior of both the minimalist and the maximalist house. Look at the maximalist go. With the many plants, the many things. We got the front yard, both of the front yards. And this is so ridiculous, I have to say. It looks weird. Right, that's the front of the houses. And then we also have the back of the houses. Oh, and look at the backyard. That is so cute. And then we also have the very, very empty backyard. Oh my, that's a dealio. That's a sight to behold. And you know what? For this house tour, I think it would be kind of funny if we did one room at a time in both the minimalist and maximalist house, so we can really see the difference, you know? I think I'm going to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that. And we're going to start with the inside, of course. So here we are, starting it all off with the minimalist entryway. And here is the maximalist entryway with all the stuff, and the maximalist hallway with some more stuff. And look at the ceiling. I don't know what I did with the ceiling. And going on further, we have the minimalist kitchen, rocking up with the island moment. But then we have the maximalist kitchen, and it's all so blue and green and cute. And then by the side here, we have the minimalist dining room, all one color, all very beige. But then we have the maximalist living room, and mama, look at all this cute old stuff with everything on the wall, the signs over here, things over there, things everywhere. Hey, and here we have the minimalist living room. It looks so empty. It looks like a show home, you know? But there on me, if you go into the maximalist living room, look at all this stuff with a glow bar, the couch moment. What happened to my columns? There they are. Oh, this living room is cute. We got everything popping on in here, even a peacock. Whoa. But then on the second floor for a minimalist house, we still have the floating rug. Oh my gosh, and I fixed that. What about now? Okay, that's a little bit better. What was I saying? Here is a minimalist bedroom with a mirror. What is going on over here? What? All right, that's weird. But okay, that was a minimalist bedroom. And here is the maximalist bedroom. Moody. And cozy. And also kind of whimsical, I gotta say. And then, last but not least, let's step into the minimalist bathroom. And it's very white. Very plain. Hello, window. Hello. But then, we have the maximalist bathroom with the sink moment, the toilet paper moment, and the bathtub moment. Oh, me, oh my. Loving this bathroom. And then for the rooms that the minimalist home did not have another hallway. This room is insane. I think I went a little bit overboard with this room. All right. And then we also have the office. Wow. I put tiles in the ceiling. Where did I do that? I don't know. But what an office this is. I love it. We got a toilet trophy over there and everything. And then the rest of the room. Oh, bobbity bobbity bomb. What a great moment. What a great time. Loving it. And here is also an overview of both of the houses if you would ever need that. Both the first floor and the second floor. My. And now the house tour is over. And guess what? It's time for the outro. And this is the outro. Ba-ba-bum. If for some reason want to download this house, you can. That is up on my gallery, and my gallery ID is JustNoraGaming. Hey! And if you also want to see more of me, you also can. I'm a second channel, but I do stuff, and also I'm a Twitch channel, but I also do stuff, but live. And the links will be down below for that. They will be. And don't forget to subscribe too, because it honestly really does help me out. So thank you. But only if you want to. Only if you want to. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Wait, what is the sound? I'm trying to copy this. And it's making that sound. What was that? I don't have anything else on right now. Is that an April Fool's thing? Because I'm filming this on the 1st of April. Maybe it is. That scared the bejesus out of me.